Fights to make after UFC 305. UFC 305 happened Saturday. I was right about Kaikara. I was right about Reek. Go see my prediction. I was right about Dan Hooker. If you've been on my TikTok, you know. You saw my TikTok lives. I did say Dan Hooker is going to win. I did say Kaikara going to knock him out. I even said it on YouTube. I said Derrick is going to win. I was right about everything. Now we're going to talk about the fights to make after UFC 305. I'm gonna only do this for the main card because these are the fights that I predicted on here. I couldn't really care less for the prelims and the early prelims. Carlos Prates. I think Prates versus Chaos Williams is a pretty good fight. He called out Williams and Williams accepted. But a better fight, Chaos Williams Vicente Luque, number 13 in the rankings. Give him one more shot to prove himself. I think Prates knocks him out badly, outstrikes him. But there's a chance Luque wins. If Luque can lock in against RDA, he had a good performance. After the Jeff Neal fight, he came back, he out-grappled RDA and beat the crap out of him. If he can do it to Prates, we haven't seen nobody do it to Prates yet. Grapple him. Try to grapple him. You have a chance of redemption. You'll get back in the spotlight. Prates is looking like a good prospect. You can derail the hype train. Pretty good matchup for me. It's definitely better than Luque against Nick Diaz. It's definitely way closer than Luque and Nick Diaz. Set it up. Set it up. Then, the heavyweights. Tuivasa lost. I'm not even going to talk about Tuivasa's next match. I don't know, 5 fights losing streak. That's a little bit bad. Jairzinho. Jairzinho against Derrick Lewis. It's time to make it happen. It's time to make it happen. We haven't seen this fight for long. How did they not fight together? How did they not fight against each other? They've been in the same division for this whole time. Both similar fighters. Both don't grapple. It's going to be a good striking fight. Jairzinho against Derrick Lewis. I'm picking Derrick Lewis. He's going to be an underdog when that fight happens. I'm putting Derrick Lewis knockout. He's more effective than Tai Tuivasa. His pressure better than Tai Tuivasa. And he's not washed right now like Tai Tuivasa. He just got to win. He's pretty decent. He's pretty decent. So I'm definitely picking Derrick Lewis to get the job done, to knock him out. Moving on. Mateuz Gamrot against Dan Hooker. Gamrot, you talked all that. I already made a rant video on Mateuz Gamrot. Talked all that shit. Said Arman's fight with Dariush is fluke. He should have lost to Charles Oliveira. He was going to get choked out. You said you sleep Arman in a rematch. It's a good stylistic matchup. Yet you go and absolutely put on a shitty performance against Dan Hooker. You can say the fight was good, but this is not how a minus 400 should fight. You're a minus 400. Be ashamed of yourself. You had him in the first round, you let him back in the fight, and he beat the crap out of you. He made me money, and he lost you money. So, right now you back number 8. The interim match is officially gone. You're 33. You're never getting the interim. People can say I'm hating, but this is because you're not respectful. You beat Arman. Give yourself a pat on the back for beating Arman Tsarukyan, who's number 1. Say, not a lot of people can beat Arman. I did. I respect that. I also wanted you to beat Dariush. But you have been so disrespectful of Arman. You're saying his performance against Dariush was a fluke. If he didn't get the knockout, he would have lost. He should have lost to Oliveira. You would sleep him in a rematch. Why being so disrespectful? This is why I'm hating on Gamrot. If you just beat my boy Arman, I gave you respect. I gave you respect and I really wanted you to get the belt because the win would have made Arman look better. Instead, you just talk shit on him every fight. You talk shit on him every single fight. You don't give him respect. You don't give him credit for all the fights he's winning. Come on, man. I thought you guys train at the same gym. Why are you not showing him respect? So yes, I'm not going to show you respect either. But Dan Hooker, he should get a fight against interim Arman Tsarukyan. He just beat Mateuz Gamrot. Dan Hooker is Mateuz Gamrot's father. If Gamrot was going to get an interim, Dan Hooker should. If Islam Makhachev is injured, let him sit out. Make Arman Dan Hooker for the interim. Armenia will get a belt, interim, and then he will unify it whenever he fights Islam Makhachev. Pretty good fight. It's going to be a dog fight. I think Arman finishes him in the first though. Dan Hooker is a slow starter, always starts slow. Arnold Allen, Jalen Turner, Mateuz Gamrot, Islam Makhachev. The first round is the round he always loses. Arman finishes him ground and pound first round. Moving on, Kaikara, France. I told you guys. I told you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna keep bragging about this fight because it's one of my best predictions ever. Alongside Dan Hooker beating Gamrot, but I told you, didn't I? I told you. Everybody said, yo, you don't know what you're talking about. I told you guys. Kai Kara, knockout, Steve Erceg, first round. Now he's gonna do it against Pantoja. He's gonna knock out Pantoja. He's gonna knock out Alejandro Pantoja. He's 31 years old only. This is his time. This is the resurrection, the resurgence of Kai Kara France. He will get the belt against Pantoja, then Albazi will get the belt from him, like I predicted. I told you guys, everyone on my TikTok lives tell me, brother, you are overrating Albazi. He almost lost to Kai Kara. I told y'all, stop saying he lost to Kai Kara. Like Kai Kara having a good close performance against Kai Kara is embarrassment. Kai Kara is an elite fighter. He's about to be a champion. I told you guys. I told you. Was I wrong? No. I literally told you guys. I told you he's gonna do this. So now he will beat Pantoja. And for Steve Erceg. Oh yeah, wait. For Mateuz Gamrot should fight Paddy Pimblett now. Paddy Pimblett, I think Paddy starches him. I think Paddy catches him and finishes him. Paddy against Gamrot is a very good fight. Paddy is on a momentum. Gamrot just had close fight with RDA and lost to Dan Hooker. Paddy will starch him out cold and will be over if Paddy is Gamrot. Moving on, Steve Erceg. Steve Erceg should fight against Amir Albazi. He's on a 2-fight losing streak. Albazi had a long layoff. He had a neck injury. He had heart problems. Do Amir Albazi Steve Erceg. He wins. He gets back in the title picture. And he already beat Kai Kara. We know this. So that will set up a potential matchup. Or Albazi against Brandon Moore. Oh no, I can't even talk about that right now. Steve Erceg Albazi is a pretty decent fight. Or Albazi against Manel Kape. Albazi against Albazi or Manel Kape. I unfortunately think he loses both of these guys. Erceg had a very good with the champ. He showed up. He had a very good fight, but he made mistakes that you shouldn't do at the championship level, which is why he lost. He was a little bit green. I told you he's going to lose to Kai Kara, and I think he loses to both Kape and he loses to Amir Albazi. They're too high level for him. They're too high level. Main event. Who I think Derrick should fight next is the winner of Whittaker Chimaev. I don't think Strickland should be given a title shot because his last performance was not very good. It didn't look very good. Winner of Whittaker Chimaev deserves it. Strickland should fight another fight. Strickland should have a fight. If you refuse to fight, if you want to sit out and wait for a title shot, you lose your title shot. He wanted to sit out. He wanted to not fight off of a very embarrassing performance against Paulo Costa. Very boring performance. You don't get to choose. You don't get to choose your options. You lost the title shot. Derrick against Whittaker. Winner of Whittaker Chimaev. Fight the winner of Imavov and Brandon Allen, or fight the winner of Caio Borralho Cannonier this week. You lost to Cannonier already, so fight the winner of Borralho and Cannonier. That's pretty cool for you. And Adesanya should retire, like I said, or move up the division. Move up light heavyweight division against Jiri Prochazka in particular. Prochazka just got knocked out, so you got a chance against Prochazka. The calf kicks are going to be a big problem, but if he closes the distance on you, he's going to hurt you bad. This time, Adesanya is going to be out cold, and if he does, that's 3-fight losing streak. It's time to retire and call it. But he should try light heavyweight. Try your last chance. Pereira lost his title at middleweight. He moved up, succeeded in light heavyweight. Try it. You're not going to lose anything. Try it. One last shot to fight Alex Pereira and close the rivalry. Do it. That's a very beautiful performance. That's a very beautiful shot. That's a very good thing you can do. Go and do it. Izzy against Jiri Prochazka, light heavyweight. Try to be double champion. You can still leave on a good... You can still close your career the way you want and be top 10 all time. You can still do it. You have to beat Jiri. You have to beat Alex Pereira. Do it. I really think if he beats Jiri, him and Pereira trilogy would be big as it can get. So go do it. I don't think it should be over necessarily. I don't want you to retire, and I'm a guy that always hated on Izzy. I don't think he should retire, but if he's gonna stick around in middleweight, then he should retire because contenders are coming. Chimaev beats him. Borralho is close. There's a lot of fights that he might lose. So just retire at this point. You don't want to ruin your career. So this is what I think. If you agree with me, like, subscribe, comment down below, and all the good stuff helps the algorithm and encourages me to post more. So just like and comment, please. And that's it for me for today. Peace.